well, IRS targets, like Tea Party patriots Kelly Carrender and RNC's Sean Spicer. Both of their groups, by the way, getting sued by the IRS, or suing the IRS right now to get some answers. Mark Meckler is suing as well. He says he has the proof the IRS was trolling his website. Mark, so they were actually looking into what was going on in your site. Explain.
Well, they were. Citizens for Self-Governance decided way back when, a year ago, to file the only class action lawsuit against the IRS for the violations against so many citizens, Tea Partiers and otherwise. And we founded a website called SueTheIRS.com. And immediately upon putting that site live, we watch our weblogs, and we were able to see IRS employees from IRS headquarters logging on and trolling that site.
How did you know they were IRS? Was it IRS.gov
well, because you can,
or whatever?
Exactly. There's a weblog, and you can tell the servers that the people are visiting from where they're coming through, and it's from IRS.gov servers.
All right, well, that's not too clever there. But anyway, Kelly, what do you make of all of this and the fact that now these seem to be fairly broad parameters on the part of the IRS as they go through this trolling? What do you make of it?
Well, it's just another avenue in which they're trying to investigate innocent citizens. You know, apparently we are guilty before we are proven innocent. It's backwards to the IRS. We're suing them because they refuse to comply with the Information Act about the new rules that they were proposing that would have taken what they did to target us and made it permanent and put it into law and made it legal. And they're refusing to normally it's a really transparent process, and they show how they came to the decision to make these new rules. But with this case, they are being completely secretive. There is an email that's already showing that they're being secretive that the Ways and Means Committee found.
Well,
and so we're trying to get the rest of that.
Though, right, Kelly? Not too secretive because their URL comes up, but I mean, it is what it is, right?
Right. But, you know, Judicial Watch has also now found emails showing that Lois Lerner was trying to get the DOJ and the FEC to criminally investigate Tea Party groups that were being targeted by the IRS. So we deserve to know what's in those documents and how they came to the decision to put these new rules into place.
Sean, let's say you want to try to accept the IRS at its word, that it's doing this to go after people who are, you know, the conscientious tax objectors that call themselves. They're just against paying taxes, whatever, and they got to search these guys down. And that's all they're really up to here. That paying taxes is the law. You can't break the law. We're going after lawbreakers. What do you say?
Well, it would seem awful suspicious that the only ones that were breaking the law are the folks on the right, and that's what seems to have drawn the ear of so many people. I think, and again, it's the process. And Kelly and Mark both alluded to this, and you did too in your opening. But there seems to be a complete lack of not only transparency but accountability. If you were 5 minutes late on your taxes, they would be very clear as to what the penalty you owed, and they would follow up with you within days. But we sued the IRS 226 days ago because they had refused to comply with the Freedom of Information Act, much like Kelly's group did. The difference is they kept putting us off, and our lawsuit says, look, you have you have to produce these under the law. But the thing that's really ironic about it, and this is what I think is fascinating, is a lot of the documents that we asked for have been released publicly so far through the scope of other congressional investigations, and yet they're still stonewalling us. So, I mean, talk about how odd that is, that they won't even produce for us legally what they're supposed to, which they've already produced for other folks.
Could you imagine it was the other way around? Imagine it the other way around. Mark, the only thing I want to know, when you brought it to the IRS's attention, I know you're pretty aggressive in your own right. If you brought it to the IRS's attention, hey guys, the gig's up here, because I can see you're looking and trolling my site. Did you get a reaction? Did you get any comments? Did they say, oh, that wasn't us, that was Charlie, who, what?
No, they won't even respond. And, I think we're skirting around the most important issue here, and this is a constitutional issue. The IRS, like every federal government agency, operates under the Constitution. And the Constitution, the Fourth Amendment, says we are not to be subject to unreasonable searches and seizures. And by that, Constitution means there must be probable cause. This is a situation where they're searching effectively all of our Facebook accounts, all of our Twitter accounts, whatever social media they're grabbing, a la NSA. These two scandals have now combined, and they're searching innocent people to look for the guilty. They're not allowed to do this constitutionally. This is a fundamental constitutional violation. Again, these two scandals have now coincided. The NSA and the IRS scandal are now one and the same.
It's weird. Thank you, guys. In the meantime, does any of this worry you?
Thank you.
Anything with these folks just raised?